This is the right way to get it set up right. Oh man, this is no good, guys. I don't know what I did wrong a second time in a row. Hey guys, Bubba here. Hey. How are you guys? I wanted to be on time today, and as you see, I was late. But at least I got the sideways figured out a little bit earlier. I just want to make sure you guys are coming up on the other phone, so I know we're good. But shows we're live 40 seconds, so we'll see how long it takes for it to get caught up. Yeah, Cherise, how are you doing? Gerard, hey guys, how are you guys doing? Let's see here. Allison Stollmiller, oh, is in the house. Nice. Asset Ministries, what's up, David? What's up, brother, man? Don Riverstone, yay. Okay, here we go. Hey guys, how are you guys? Oh, that's crazy. There's like a 1 minute delay now. Oh wow. Okay, Yvonne Kennedy, great to see you. Tell Papa Bear over there at Arrow Ministries, I really like his little show over there too with you guys. That's a lot of fun. Rachel Smith, how are you? Birdie, how are you? Piper Lynn, Dawn Riverstone, it's great to see you. Rachel Smith, Sir Pierce the Veil, what's up, brother man? PJ64, Kathy B, how are you doing, sweetheart? Yeah, yeah, maybe I should be saying everybody's names out, but Pat Evans, great to see you. Mike MQ, how are you guys doing? Rapturehead 777, great to see you, brother man. Who else did I miss? Kim D. Who else did we miss here? I just love, if you guys can even find this channel, I just want to say hello and thank you, because when you do a search for BubbaNews, it's kind of hard to find, and I have like a couple backup channels, like 200 subs, so I probably just need to make those go away. Betrothed to him forever. Oh, nice. Willamette Valley in Oregon. Log Cabin Artist. Great to see you in here. Mountain Skies. How are you doing? There's so many good people in here already. Oh my goodness, you guys are awesome. Let's see. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Grace NYC. How are you doing? West Texas Danielle. How are you doing, sunshine? I haven't seen you in forever. Child of God. Great to see you. Who else? Hiker Lady, Wild West, what's going on, man? Jonathan Pennington, how are you doing, buddy? Dana B, hi, great to see you. Janet Wright, Jim Estrom, I love your comments. God is more excited to see you than you are of him, so that's super duper exciting. Jab Neil, 7, great to see you guys. It's been 10 days since we did a live stream, and guys, I wanted to be on time this time, but I literally had to take my oldest daughter, 20-year-old, to her friends. And I'm like, I don't know if I have time. So I literally got out of the shower, shaved. So if you guys come over and see me tonight, at least I smell good and everything. Oh my goodness. Who else is in the house? Oh, there's Mrs. Bubba. Say hello to Elaine. I know, breathe. See, she's trying to help keep me relaxed. Bubba, breathe. Breathe. It's okay. And that's Mrs. Bubba right there at Elaine. So she's gonna get all blushy upstairs in the bed, I'm sure. Rick Whitaker, great to see you. Meat Puppet 007. Yeah, no kidding, Piper Lynn. Hide your cats and ducks. Have you guys seen those memes that are coming out where the cats are walking the high wire because they're trying to stay out of the humans' way there in Springfield, Ohio, and stuff like that? Yeah. Oh, I will. West Texas Danielle. Hey, Dawn Morning, another Hoosier. Lisiana, how are you doing? Lisiana, I hope I get that right. Mr. Vax 2, great to see you, brother, man. I know. Yeah. Yvonne Kennedy. Elaine is Mrs. Bubba, so she popped in. And hey, nice to see you, Diamond Lil. Great to see you, sweetheart. You guys are so much fun. Oh man, it's been 10 days since we did a live stream thingamajigger, so I figured it was time to do it again. But I don't like this up and down. I like this sideways because you guys can probably chat easier. At least I know I can. Wild West, yeah. Chosen. Speaking freely with Jesus. It's so good to see you. Jojo by His Grace. How are you doing? EOT. That's all right. I was tardy too, man. I just got out of the shower. So, Cherie M. Great to see you. Oh no way. It's 11:15. That's right, in the UK. Sherry Charles. How are you doing? Oh, sorry guys. I'm a little thirsty. Yeah, I wanted to call this one just a Wednesday update because this is such a weird time. We had the debate last night. Today is 9/11 of all things, 23 years. How crazy is that? Most all of you guys are over prepping your soul. Great to see you. Most of you guys are old enough, at least that's what the analytics say. The majority of the people who watch me are over the age of 30 or 40, so it's a lot of fun. But yeah, it's just crazy. 23 years now, and I don't know about you guys, but I saved on a disc, a CD back in the day, videos that were coming out. The sadness and stuff, so I could show my kids in the future what it was really like that day. And because you know how they're scrubbing everything, taking everything off the internet. They're making even like looking at BubbaNews or anybody. It's hard to find the channels with the algorithms and with the search thing. Even though YouTube, I think my buddy said, is #2 search engine in the world or something like that. So, Shift Kicker, great to see you. Allison Stolmill, Only Jesus Saves. She's celebrating her 29th anniversary of being 30. Oh, it's your birthday. Well, happy birthday, sunshine. Oh, thank you, Chef Kicker. Yeah, share, Saved by Grace. Great to see you guys. Little Bit Me. Hey, how are you guys doing? Linda Hayes, great to see you. Yvonne Kennedy's in the house, so y'all can say hi and stuff. Ken Johnson said the old writings say September 11th was when Jesus was born. Really? You know what? I've always believed that, like he was probably born on a fall feast day, or whatnot. So that wouldn't surprise me at all. Actually, I can kind of go with that and kind of believe that. All right, listen to Mrs. Bubba. She said to breathe, relax, slow down. Yeah, there's so much going on, but at the same time, it feels like nothing is going on. It's like moving at a snail's pace, yet everything is just screaming by all at the same time, and it's so weird. I know, breathe. I know, I'm trying. Yeah, there's so many good people here, share, Saved by Grace. I was chatting with Mark Collins. I forgot to text him, and guys, I love to send out, like, if I'm gonna go live to buddies and stuff, like, hey, if you're around, come by, say hi. Joseph Aquaviva, great to see you, brother, man. Jesus is coming so very, 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 very soon. The air does feel so stagnant. It really does, Rachel Smith, and just, we need showers and storms. But I think that what was it? The hurricane was supposed to come in today, I think, down there in Louisiana. I didn't check the latest, but I think it was still rolling in. Doug Owens loves Jesus. Jason Smith, yeah, just say no. Yeah. Oh, most definitely. And even with the Middle East, I mean, there's some things I was going to read to you guys. But, I was chatting with Mark Collins. He's out in California and stuff. And then we ended up talking for 2 hours and kind of got a little behind schedule with the kiddos and stuff. But love talking to you guys. And but we were just talking about how the censorship is coming. And, honestly, I don't know how long this channel will be here or any of them. Especially if you're talking about the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. And, because people don't want to sponsor you, or people don't want to help support you, I guess. Because even like Watchman River Tom over there, I've noticed like a bunch of his videos lately don't have ads on them anymore. And I'm just using him as an example, but he told me a couple weeks ago how he lost his job a couple years ago, and he asked the Lord, what can I do? What can I do? And, go forward and let me take care of you. And, that's helping him to provide food for his family and on his table and whatnot. But they're removing the ads. And, the last live stream I did, I put it on, what do you call that? Monetization? I'm still getting used to this. And I think I've made $7. No, it just shows you, like, they don't pay that much. You know what I mean? It's like $7 for like 2,000 views or something. So it's like, I was going to do DoorDash tonight, but I just wanted to come and do this with you guys because it's been too long. Number one, it's been 10, 11 days. And maybe I'll do another one on Saturday night. The Saturday night streams seem to be a lot of fun. And for those of you, oh my gosh, I was looking at like the super chats that night. There was like $130. So I just want to say thank you. And, for those of you who have helped support in a little way, $5, whatever, thank you. Other people have donated more, but thank you. Seriously, it's helping me I've got 2 teenage girls, and then I've got my my buddy who's been living here now like 10, 11 days, I think, and helping him out. He's falling on some hard times, and he's sleeping on the downstairs couch, and I know that's not comfortable. But, you know, got a little small 3-bedroom house, and my wife and the 2 daughters, and my buddy who's staying downstairs, so I'm able to help him, at least that way. But he's, you know, trying to get a job and whatnot and get his life back going. But there's just so much insanity going on. You know, if anything, maybe, and here's, you know, and that's probably one of the reasons why I haven't done another live since then, is just because it's been so stressful here at home, and just, you know, the moving pieces, the moving parts, and just trying to find that, you know, flat level area again. Yeah, I'm with you, Allison. People are going to start looking for a place to stay more and more. Rent is getting crazy. Oh my gosh, you're right. That's just Nutty Professor, some of that kind of stuff, the rent prices. But you know what? That's what they want. You know, you'll own nothing and you'll be happy. And they're serious about that, because with the taxes coming up and the property taxes, just this little hillbilly house here that we're at, just the, you know, what was it, 2 years ago, our property taxes went up 51% in 1 year. That's huge. That's huge. And that's why people are going to want to rent, or they will have nothing and they'll be happy because they won't have to pay those higher taxes. Just truly nuts. And you know what? It's not even to the really crazy town of the Third Seal, where, you know, you'll have to work an entire day to, thank you so much for that. You'll have to work an entire day just to have, thank you, Bad Eye Studios. I like that. That's cool. I'm going to click like on that one. That one's awesome. Thank you. Super live, super on a stream. Yeah, it's going to be great. Oh, so 1971. Check her out. So, SEW 1971, she lives north of us a couple hours, and I was in the shower before I came out and hit the go live button. That's why I said, oh, hold on, I'll be right there in a couple minutes. But she makes these little, and you can explain it better, but they're not quilts, but they're cute little things. And we have a kitty cat upstairs. Well, kitty cat, she's probably, what, 5 or 7 now? I don't know. Her name's Lucky. I tell her she's lucky to be in my house. But she sleeps every night on that little thing. So thank you. That was really, really sweet. I had a savings when Trump was in office. Now I have no savings and in debt more. Diamond Lil. I know. The Michigander, great to see you. Yeah, it's getting crazy. Nadine Knowles. Hi from the UK. Great to see you. I've been over to the UK a couple times. We stayed with the airline. They had us staying down on the water there in Brighton. That was really neat. That was a neat place. Cat mats. That's what Mrs. Bubba says, Elaine. Jesus would make you a place for free. Yes, amen. The green laser. I go to prepare a place for you, and I will come again and receive you to myself, so that where I am, there you will be also. You know, that whole section right there in John 14, 1-6, just count the number of yous, where Jesus makes it specific to you who's watching this. Or, you know, it's just so exciting too. Wild West, no man, you're awesome. I've seen Wild West around campus for a couple years or more now. Some of you guys, I've seen you guys on other live streams off and on for years, and it's been a lot of fun. And I saw Todd Doty. How are you doing? Yeah, Todd Doty. That's my texting buddy there on the Twitters. Oh, yeah, and I'm sure you guys saw that, but you know how the X with Brazil got shut down. Well, then, what was it, yesterday or the day before? Monday, I think it was, in Brazil, where they're now blocking Rumble. You know, and the free speech platforms are just going away. And then they're really gonna start cracking down. And I was thinking about that in the shower too, like, Lord, when's the true Feast of Trumpets coming up? Is it that you guys can put in chat, because some of you guys have done more and I haven't dug in enough lately. You know, it's like October 2 through 4, 3, somewhere in there. But then yeah, I know, bad Bubba for not studying more into that lately, because a lot of people are talking about it. But I saw people talking even like September 15th or something with the new moon, and I think that's coming up too. Hey, staff, how are you doing? Great to see you. Kelly Schultz, great to see you. Robin Johnson, great to see you. Prepping Your Soul. Oh, they did. Subway dropped Rumble advertising also. You know what? And that's maybe what, guys, I segue a lot. And I think I learned a lot that how to do that from Elaine. And she calls it, she dips. And she's going to be upstairs cracking up. But she'll be talking about one thing one way, and the next thing you know, we're over here. And she's talking about something totally different. My mind is still going straight. She's over here. You know what I mean? Because she's already switched subjects so fast. So that's where my mindset's kind of gone lately. Hey, what's up, the Nut House? The Chaplain, great to see you. Cocoa Bear, Ginger Snap 108. Oh, man. Yeah, let's, you know, and if anything, maybe we'll do this, I don't know. I don't have any daughters to pick up tonight because one is at, they're both daughters are at friends' houses hanging out tonight. So we're free, so I don't have to run. Hey, the Watchman, great to see you. Pambolina, great to see you. Carla Selman, I hope I got that right. Guys, I need new readers, maybe. You know, Only Jesus Saves. Yeah, that's Mrs. Bubba Elaine in the house, so that's kind of fun that she's joining in. Pamela, great to see you. Trink, how are you doing? Oh my gosh, you guys are so much fun. John P. Adventures, I love that. Got Reality. No, it's what makes you so happy. Actually, it's probably the Celsius drink. Oh. No, I'm gonna actually head to the food pantry with my neighbor down the street in 2 days. I think on Friday. And that's where the last time we went, they had these Celsius drinks, and I guess those are kind of expensive. They're like $2.50, $3 each or something. I don't know. You guys have probably seen them, but I guess they were lots of vitamins and good stuff in them. So it says it has 1,000% biotin. Vitamin B12, 250%. So that's probably where I get some of the energy. But yeah, that's, oh, yeah. Let's talk about that hiker lady. What do I think about the UN Summit of the Future? You know what? That's coming up, what is that, the 22nd and 23rd at the United Nations in New York City. It's the Summit of the Future. And I don't know if you guys have actually had a chance to read through that. You know what? I have it. Hold on. I have the PDF right here because I just, let's get, here it is. The Summit of the Future, and this is hard to find. Summit of the Future 2024. What will it deliver? And I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to throw this into the chat real quick. Summit of the Future. But they talk about, Lisa Anderson, great to see you. This is the Summit of the Future, the PDF, and it's hard to find. But it tells you what part of what they're going to do. And the whole thing they're running on is a digital ID platform. Everything is going to become digitized. And if I remember right, their goal is to have it implemented within 1 year for the entirety of the world. That you'll have to have a digital identification. And basically, the Pact of the Future, too, at the Summit of the Future, is the paperwork, basically, it's their Great Reset. It's the full-on Great Reset. So they can do what they have planned. And to make cash go away, everything will become digital. But the censorship, holy moly. And some of you guys saw the Billy Boy Gates thing a couple days ago where he was talking about that. And he said the United States will be an issue, at least at first, because of the First Amendment. But he was talking about how everybody's going to have this digital ID, and you're going to have that in order to be able to buy or sell. Not the full mark of the beast, but everything is like a stepping stone getting there. And to be able to verify your identification via biometrics, and all the biometrics that they're getting set up are fingerprint, and they're doing this vein recognition now so that they won't be able to spoof it and do the deep fakes. And the other one is to have your face, of course, for the facial recognition. So it's getting everyone set up for using their hand with the fingerprint to get it set up, and then your face getting down the road for the forehead. So, I mean, everything is being set up into place. And this is weird how the phone just stopped. Yeah, he does, Meat Puppet. He likes to get his mouth going a lot. And he's starting to speak up more and more about what he has planned, because it's all part of his whole thing with the World Health Organization and, what's the name of that? His, anyway, yeah. You can opt out by choosing Jesus. Yeah. Dr. K, great to see. Yeah, I know it. Yeah, Piper Lynn says she has no fingerprints, so that'll be interesting. Almost reminds me of, what was it, the Men in Black or whatever, where he had to like have his, his fingerprints basically went away. In other words, he wasn't there anymore. That kind of a scenario. So, John P. Adventures, yeah, great to see you. Piper Lynn, you may not have any fingerprints. I don't know. Some people, they don't have them. Yeah, but it was more than just the WEF NWO. It was the what's the name of that? His vaccination thing. I think it's 4 letters. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But I mean, it's just it's. You can buy Elvis fingerprints. Proverbs 9:10. Great to see you, buddy. How are you doing? I was just getting ready to reach out to Bruce and see how he's doing. I haven't talked to him in a hot minute. So, Joe Shabadoo. Hope I said that right. Some of you guys' names are so much fun to try to say. Neslover, great to see you guys. Check her out. And half the people that I made mods years ago in the past couple months, whatever, was just so you guys could click on each other's links and become friends. But I made an announcement a couple months back, like I'm going to stop because we've got like 300 and some subs or moderators. So I figured, man, this is going to be hard to keep adding people to become moderators, because I mean, only Jesus saves. Oh my goodness, thank you. Oh crud, you guys are awesome. Oh, your first super. See, this is weird how it tells you like it's their first super on a live stream. That's really, really, really neat. You know what, Rick? You might know what I did 20 years ago. I 20 years ago, what was that? 2004. Oh wow, I was still a flight attendant. That's wild, man. I was thinking about that in the shower. I miss those days pre 9/11. And even afterwards, it got really weird, and just lining everybody up, getting it ready for as we know it today, and even those airport things when you go in, you have to put your, and it almost reminds me of hands up, don't shoot, because they tell you to put your hands up in those things, and the thing closes around you, and it blows the air to try to detect things and whatever. No, only Jesus saves. Thank you. You guys, Kendallville, Indiana. Amber, welcome. I'm here, Racetown area, Indy 500 town. So, born and raised here, and then lived around the U.S. when I was a flight attendant back in the day. Out of training, we went to New York, and then I ended up going to San Francisco. I always called it Gay Bay, but it kind of makes sense. But yeah, I lived out there, and then moved up to Seattle, and then we got laid off from the airlines. What was that? 92, 93, somewhere in there. And I just fell in love with Seattle, and the Pacific Northwest is so expensive though. Allison Stolmiller lives out there. And for those of you who live West Coast, oh man, I know you guys are, I know it's expensive, but it's so pretty. And I love it too, because there's like low humidity, which is a lot of fun. And Midwest here, Indiana, and I know you guys in the South are, you're used to where you walk to the mailbox and you're just dripping sweat. And I get it. It's just that humidity and dew point. I'd rather be out in Seattle rollerblading and looking at Mount Rainier and stuff like that. So that's a lot of fun. P. Corns, great to see you guys. There's a couple things I wanted to, and I won't keep you guys forever tonight, but I just figured, a lot of people, we long for this fellowship. And the camaraderie, just chatting. You guys have seen me in some of the live streams, and I love saying hi to you guys, just because you guys are so much fun. You know what, PJ64, I believe it. It is horrible now. I totally believe it. Oh, okay. Yvonne Kennedy's birthday's on the 29th. Yeah, Karen, I'm with you. The low humidity, man. That's, and today was a little warmer. Keep it rolling, Bubba. The churches are closing. You know what? That is so very true. And I've seen how they're removing the word church from the churches in the UK. And it kind of makes sense in a weird way, because they're taking away the name church as the church is getting ready to be removed off this planet. So it kind of makes sense. But still, all right, Bubba, get focused. You want to talk about the news. You want to talk about... The first thing that pops up is Joe Biden today. I don't know if you guys saw that, but he had a Trump hat on. He was there in, he wanted a selfie in it. And I guess this was somewhere earlier today. But he did. He put on a Trump 2024 hat. And of course the people was just waiting to get pictures. So I know the Watchmen, everybody's like, they thought it was AI, but I think it was real. I honestly do think it was real. Here, and so you guys might not have seen it. Let's see if we can pop it up here. Oh man, I have too many things saved on the tweeters. There it is. Good old Biden talking about the Trump hat. I mean, idiocracy. Allison Miller brought it up the other day. It's more than just a good movie. It's 2024. Truly insane. Let's see here. What do you guys want me to... Okay, so the hurricane, Lisa Anderson said it made landfall about 20 minutes ago. Yeah, where's your popcorn? I know, right? So it made landfall. Did it hit as a Cat 2 then? Category 2? Yeah, Sinwar. Did you see that? Yvonne Kennedy brought that up. And here, let's get to that, because I'll bring up a couple things from the Telegram side there. So while I'm still looking this up, for those of you who have donated, I just want to say thank you. We've got the PayPal. I got to make sure I get them right. Cash App. The Venmo. And Give, Send, Go. And I was thinking about that. It almost sounds like Give, Send, Go. Gifts and Go? Give, Send. Anyway. But anyway, that's kind of the craziness out there. Yeah, let's read that, because a lot of people haven't heard that story, Yvonne. Yeah. So we'll have to see how that goes down, because Israel's offering Sinwar supposedly safe passage out of to get the hostages. Oh my goodness, who was that? Thank you so much, looking up every day. My goodness gracious, you guys are awesome. Thank you. Gail Hirsch, which is Israel's chief negotiator for hostages and missing persons, proposed offering Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar a safe passage out of Gaza as an exchange deal for the 101 hostages still left. Now, Israeli intelligence estimates 30 to 35 still alive, is what they believe. And he did an interview with Bloomberg yesterday, and he was mentioning that we might offer Sinwar and his family and whoever else wants to join him safe passage out of Gaza to get back the hostages. We want demilitarization, de-radicalization, of course, and a new system that will manage Gaza, he stated. According to the report, the proposal has been on the table for now 3 days, but it's unclear what's going to happen. The clock has been ticking, and the hostages do not have much time. Last night, Israel keeps doing airstrikes there in Lebanon. And I could have done a video even the other night from the Sunday night attacks there in Lebanon. And the way that they were hitting the SSRC and SIRS. And what that is Iran has come in and they've learned that instead of trying to ship weapons to Hezbollah, because Israel will a lot of times take them out on the way into Lebanon from Iran to Syria to Lebanon, the SSRC and SIRS, CERS, is the place where they're actually building precision-guided missiles. And the Fateh 110 is one that they're producing right there in Syria. And the cities that were hit were Tartus, outside of Tartus, which is a port there in Syria on Sunday night. It has a Russian port, a Russian naval base there, of all things. And then Homs and Hama. They're in western Syria. And it reminded me of Isaiah 17:9, because we have the Isaiah 17 prophecy still coming up with Damascus, but Isaiah 17:9 talks about the strong cities. And those are the cities there called Homs and Hama, Hama, Aleppo. So we're going to start seeing those areas, I believe, being bombed here pretty soon, and more so next. And I was watching Bill Salas again last night, even on the Ezekiel 28, verses 20 through 26, and even verses 20 through 23 talk specifically about Sidon. And that's an area it's almost 50 miles north of the northern border there of Israel. But that's a real big stronghold of Hezbollah. And Israel's going to be taking them out here probably soon. But the stuff that I'm seeing is Israel. Oh, man. That's just a ticking time bomb, too, because I'm surprised it has not kicked off yet full bore between Israel and the northern enemy. And you can't even say Hezbollah when you type into chat, because the chat will block it out. You guys can try it. It might let you. I don't know. But every time I've been trying to type out the word Hezbollah, it blocks it from the AI. And so I've had to learn to say the northern enemy of Israel to get it to go through. But they still plan on doing a ground invasion into Lebanon. Israel does. And I don't know if you guys have seen the reports, but there's something. I'm really surprised it hasn't popped off yet either. I just want to give a big thank you to whoever just popped that up. And me, Papa, thank you so much. Yeah, you know what? Let's just pop in there real quick. Isaiah 17. Oh, I was watching Carol Vay on the way to picking up my kid from work here a little bit ago, but she was quoting John 15:18. If the world hates you, you know that it has hated me before it hated you. And the hatred against Christians and those who claim the Lord Jesus Christ is getting nasty, and it's starting to get worse, and it's going to continue to get worse. Oh my goodness. Let's jump over there to Isaiah 17:1. Thank you so much, me puppet. Seriously, thank you. Oh, let's pop it into KJV so people will understand. The burden of Damascus. Behold, Damascus is taken away from being a city, and it shall be a ruinous heap. Behold, Damascus is about to be removed from being a city and will become a heap of ruins, or a fallen ruin. And that is still coming. Verse 9. In that day, their strong cities will be like forsaken places in the forest, or like branches which they abandoned before the sons of Israel. Mark Collins, I see that. Thank you so much. My goodness gracious. And maybe he's popping in. Hey, Aldo, Schmiedak, great. But you know what? For you have forgotten the God of your salvation, and have not remembered the rock of your refuge. And when we dig into Isaiah 11:11, you'll see a lot of the remnant that goes into the millennium is a Jewish remnant, the Jewish people, and how they're in there. That's the majority of it. By verse 14 of Isaiah 17, by morning, it's over. So when this goes down, this is going to shake the entire world. And I believe whatever war is going on, the entire world is just going to stop. I don't know how long, but when they realize that Israel has finally used something that has taken out the oldest inhabited city on the planet, Damascus, and probably will use either a neutron bomb or some form of nuclear, if not a couple, the entire world will just stop. Because it'll be the first nuclear weapon, I believe, that they've used since Hiroshima and Nagasaki kind of scenario. And this is really going to stop the world. Oh, man, but they're... Lord, where do you want this to go with my mind and you guys? Just thinking even today... That just made me segue into my mindset, and I didn't post this on the Telegram, but you guys know Ben Gavir. That's the dude. Let me see if I can find his picture. Once you guys know his picture once you see him. Yeah, this guy. You guys know him. That's Ben Gavir over there. in Israel, and he's the one that's really stirring it up with the Temple Mount. Maybe that's what I should read, besides the Sinwar stuff. And I've got the dogs barking next door, so that'll be fun. Yeah, we'll talk about the Temple Mount here. Yeah. Oh, okay, let's do this. Jordan is said to assure Israel. Let's start over. Breathe. Israel is said to assure the Jordanian monarchy that the Temple Mount status quo has not changed. And Netanyahu, this was on 9/9 of 24, so this was on Monday. Netanyahu says ministers must clear the Temple Mount visits with him from now on. So Ben-Gvir is not going to be able to pull his shenanigans, or is he? Because he's the loose cannon. He's the loose cannon who's going to do that. Jordan, Sunday night, Israel had a cabinet meeting, and the senior security officers were warning the ministers about the growing turmoil in the West Bank, Judea, Samaria, that kind of stuff. After the warning at this meeting, Netanyahu issued a new public statement saying that ministers like Ben-Gvir must first clear any visits to the Temple Mount. But he's a loose cannon. He's going to do what he wants because he has control over the police over the Temple Mount. Israel has for decades agreed to maintain the status quo on the Temple Mount, where Jews are allowed to visit under police guard, but not to pray. The number of Jewish visitors has exploded over the past few years, and authorities have quietly allowed Jewish prayers. The police under Ben-Gvir are currently enabling a de facto change to the status quo by allowing Jewish prayer, including prostration down to the ground at the Temple Mount. It's just a matter of time before Ben-Gvir sets off the Temple Mount. So, our buddy there in Turkey, Erdogan, he demands that Muslim leaders convene a summit over the Temple Mount expansionism. On Monday, he urged the OIC, which is the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, to convene an emergency summit to discuss Israel's attacks on Jerusalem. The Organization of Islamic Cooperation, the OIC, has 57 member states, 57 Arab and Muslim member states. And they are the largest collective voice of the Muslim world. It is urgent, quote unquote, that the organization convenes at the leadership level without losing more time. And I believe they want this meeting, emergency meeting, I believe, November 11th. I remember, if I saw right, today. Erdogan has been a very vocal critic of Israel since the start of Israel's war against Hamas. And Erdogan called on Islamic countries to form an alliance. This reminds me of Psalm 83, 3-5 area, where they convene a covenant and they come together, those 10 people groupings that surround Israel today, to wipe Israel off the face of the map so that the name of Israel is remembered no more. Erdogan accused Israel of targeting the Al-Aqsa Mosque on the Temple Mount in Jerusalem as part of its expansion mission. Erdogan said that the actions that affect the Temple Mount are Turkey's red line. Turkey's not kidding. That's what I put in here too. Palestinian anger over the Temple Mount could trigger a major escalation of violence. The Temple Mount is frequently invoked as a motivation for religious violence. And the fall feasts are coming up. And they're going to want to do this more and more as they get closer to the Feast of Trumpets, to the fall feast, the Feast of Tabernacles, Sukkot, once we get up to here. And this, even today, I'm going to pull this up for you guys. Even today, the police were allowing the Jews to go up to the Temple Mount, and I read where they said 246 Jews went up to the Temple Mount today, and they were laying prostrate again. Today. That's today. They were going up there today. This seems to be happening on Sundays and Wednesdays for some reason, and I'm not sure why. But this seems to be going on that. So, yeah, they're saying 264 went up there today. And they've had record crowds this year. And now that Ben-Gvir as saying like I am the dude that makes the status quo, not Netanyahu. And Netanyahu's like, what are you doing, you loose cannon? You are really going to get Jordan. You are really going to get them going. There's so many things that have gone on, and there's so many things I don't point out just because I don't know. You know, I don't want to be the Middle East news guy, but there's so much going on, and honestly, I've had to take a step back because sometimes it is a form of a PTSD when you start seeing all this stuff, and when you start seeing all the Bangladesh, even the Muslims and the Hindus and this and that, they're fighting at each other and they're killing each other. This religious hatred people groups thing, is coming more and more. And even Jesus talks about that wars and rumors of wars, kingdom against kingdom, ethnic group against ethnic group, basically. And that's what we're starting to see more and more. And it's just going to continue to ramp up. We've got to keep an eye, too, on, the International Atomic Energy Association, because they want to talk with Iran about their nuclear program. This is still a ticking time bomb that Israel is going to have to deal with, and I still believe it's coming. Jeremiah 49 verses 34 to 37 in particular is still coming. But here's what Grossi said the other day. Rafael Grossi of the IAEA, the International Atomic Energy Association, guess what he said about the Iran's nuclear program? He said, we have lost the continuity of knowledge regarding the production and development of centrifuges, rotors, blowers, heavy water, and uranium-lead concentration. Translation, we know nothing about the Iranian nuclear program currently. And I said, this is one reason why Iran hasn't attacked Israel yet, because they've been busy. They want Hezbollah and Gaza and everything else to take the attention off of them. This is one reason why they haven't attacked. The first thing was what, July 31st? The IAEA resolutions have ordered Iran to cooperate urgently with the investigation into the uranium traces, and they call on Iran to reverse its new policy of barring the inspectors. So for the past at least 3 months, could be more, Iran has been blocking the International Atomic Energy Association, their inspectors, from coming into Iran to inspect their nuclear program. So literally, the IAEA has no idea, they say, what is really going on with the uranium enrichment, how close they are to 90%, how far they are past that. There was a report yesterday even that in the past few weeks, some of those NOTAMs, the NOTAMs, the Notice to Air missions, the Notice to Air, where Iran has been testing a couple ballistic missiles there in eastern Iran. So they're starting to ramp up. Okay, here's a story, and some of you have caught this, and I put this up on the Facebook, or excuse me, not the Facebook, but the YouTube. But the Palestinian Authority wants the UN to remove 500,000 Jews from Judea and Samaria, from the West Bank. I threw that up there today on the Telegram because this was a historic moment, and that's where I got the thumbnail for today. Right there. Here's what I'm going to say. It says, a historic moment for us. Palestinians take an unprecedented seat at the United Nations General Assembly. The Palestinians take an unprecedented seat at the United Nations General Assembly. The State of Palestine delegation joined the UN member states' tables yesterday when the UN General Assembly began yesterday on the 10th for the first time ever. The Palestinian envoy to the United Nations came from the rights and privileges that were extended to this new Palestine delegation through an Arab and Palestinian-sponsored UN resolution that was passed in May of this year, 2024. Palestine received non-member observer state status back in 2012. But the May UN General Assembly resolution didn't give Palestinians full UN membership, but recognized them as eligible to join. So yesterday was the first day that they joined. And they were seated right between, because they go by ST for State of Palestine. So they were seated right between Sri Lanka and Sudan. So SR to SU, you have ST for State of Palestine. They were wedged right in between Sri Lanka and Sudan. The Palestinians can now introduce proposals and amendments and sit among the member states of the United Nations, but they remain unable to cast a vote, and they're unable to join the United Nations Security Council for now. The Palestinian draft resolution that is asking the United Nations General Assembly, and this is what I put down, because next Wednesday, the 18th, is when this Palestine draft resolution to remove the 500,000 Jews, Israelis, from the West Bank, from Judea and Samaria. They're going to try to put this through next Wednesday, September 18th. And if this goes through, we'll have to watch and see. And it could be non-binding, but this is going to capitulate to more and more and more hatred of the Israeli people and Jews in general if they don't leave. And they will then have 6 months to leave Judea and Samaria. So we'll have to keep an eye on that too. But this is going to help add to that hatred, where Israel will become a full, heavy, burdensome stone to anyone who tries to help lift Israel up. Zechariah 12, verse 2 and 3. So that's coming up. Can't we deport the and this is something too with that, because they this all stems, and let's get back to the story from the other day. This was on Monday. Yeah, the resolution is expected to be brought to a vote at the UN General Assembly. And this resolution cites a July 19th advisory opinion by the International Court of Justice at The Hague, there in the Netherlands, and will be brought to a vote next week, September 18th. It urges all nations to comply with international law by not recognizing the situation created by Israel's illegal presence in the occupied Palestinian territory of Judea and Samaria. The draft urges UN member states to impose sanctions on officials in Jerusalem, this will be East Jerusalem, ban trade with Jewish businesses in Judea and Samaria, and block weapons sales to Israel if Israel says that they plan on using them against terrorism that's ongoing in the West Bank. So there's all kinds of crazy town stuff that's coming up. And even the 24 to 48 hours thing that we heard weeks ago from Iran attacking and coming in, the dollar is done. 159 participants will adopt new global payment system. Oh, wow. I believe it. And it'll be interesting too to see what happens with this, the Pact of the Future thing. I'm trying to remember how many nations there are there at the UN. What is it, 179 or something like that? But yeah, the dollar is done. And I saw some quotes going by. Yeah, it is so crazy, Karen. Oh, most definitely. And I saw some quotes go by too, talking about BRICS. And Turkey wants to join. And Erdogan, he's wanting to lead this alliance against Israel. Yeah. The dollar is done. Put a fork in it. It is done. It's just a matter of time. And this great reset could literally happen any time after the September 22-23 timeframe with the Pact of the Future, the Summit of the Future. And this is why even like the United States is behind their digital identification and what they have going on. Other countries like Europe, if you've been keeping up with Europe, their entry-exit system they have going on, the dollar will crash, the nut house, 100%. And it always made, It always has made me wonder too. There, Daniel 11:44, 11:44, Daniel 11:44, talking about tidings from the east and the north will trouble him, the Antichrist to come. And Daniel 11's a fascinating chapter too, because verses 1 through 35 have already happened, and then you can feel the transition as it goes into prophetic from verses 36 to, what was that, 45, I believe. Excuse me. Yeah, that's the only thing with the Celsius. It makes you want to burp sometimes. But yeah, we've got to keep an eye too on the Hezbollah stuff. Even today, over 100 rockets have been fired at Israel. And Israel's getting better, but Israel keeps talking about doing this ground war. And they say that out of the 150 to 200,000 rockets and missiles that Hezbollah has, they estimate maybe 10% has been used up. And a lot of them are shorter range. And this is why Isaiah 17:4-6 talks specifically about the northern third, especially, and even the central, the second 2/3 down towards Tel Aviv and Jerusalem will be hit really hard. But yeah, there's a reason why they're going to get hit really, 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 really hard. So it's just a matter of time. The defense minister Galan is preparing for an impending ground operation inside Lebanon. But what Israel's been doing is they've been taking out these rocket launchers the past couple days, past couple weeks, and every time Hezbollah appears to be doing getting ready to do a strike, Israel's, with their intelligence and with their satellites and whatnot, they're coming in and doing a preemptive strike. And even what was that, 2 weeks ago? I think it was 2.5 weeks ago, maybe. I don't even know. It could have been 10 days ago, but I thought it was 2.5 weeks ago. When 100 Israeli airplanes went in and did like a preemptive attack on Hezbollah and positions around there, getting rid of a lot of their rocket launchers. And, they can have all the rockets in the world, but if they're missing their launchers, they won't be able to send them off. But they have so much stuff that's still underground in the tunnels and whatnot. But, Hezbollah is still planning on doing an invasion into Israel. And we see that being talked about, especially in Zechariah 12, verses 4-9. And, even in Jeremiah, 2, I think it is, where the enemy from the north and whatnot. Oh, your lunch break is over. Oh, yeah, take care, Nuthouse. Man, you had a late lunch, brother, man. You're out there in California at 4 o'clock. Israel, the center of gravity is shifting to the north. While we are wrapping up our missions in the south and Gaza, an important task remains in the north to restore security and allow residents to return to their homes. And there's still 80,000 residents or so, 60 to 80,000 residents in the north, northern Israel, that's still displaced. And this is putting such a huge toll financially on Israel itself, because Israel's having to keep them in hotels in Eilat at the southern border, southern tip down there at the Red Sea, over to even Tel Aviv and everywhere in between. He emphasized that the training aims to prepare all troops for a ground operation in Lebanon against Hezbollah. So that is still coming. There was a couple of things on today. We're going to keep this out of here. They've had 3 rocket alerts today. Oh, yeah. They just had their 3rd rocket alert today for Israeli communities near the Gaza Strip. So Gaza says that they've lost over 50 to 60% of their men, and I've seen some estimates say up to 75%. I don't buy that. But they say they've lost and have used up or have lost upwards of 75 to 85% of their rockets. So that tells you that Hamas still has some rockets going on, ready to go. Oh, yeah. There's a new Eilat. Oh, dude, I believe it, Aldo. I've always wanted to go. I think that would be really neat down there, the Eilat area. I hope I'm saying that right. I love Jesus reigns forever. Great to see you, Maranatha. Down there at Eilat, the southern portion of Israel. Where are we? Here we go. Let's talk about the ceasefire thing, because that's done. That's all but done. But Hamas was meeting today. They still want to try to get something done. And I don't understand what the U.S. is doing, but the delegation was headed by Qatar's, I don't know how you guys say it, Qatar. But they met with the Hamas negotiating team tonight in Qatar. So the deputy head of the political bureau of Hamas met with Qatar. The purpose of this meeting was to try to break the deadlock in talks about the hostage deal and the ceasefire in Gaza. And the meeting was intended to try to get Hamas to give up its new demands regarding the release of additional Palestinian prisoners that are serving life sentences in Israel. Senior Israeli officials say the negotiations are at a complete impasse and estimated that even the meeting in Doha would not lead to a breakthrough. The United States, Egypt, and Qatar are still working on a new and updated mediation proposal to present to Israel and Hamas. Even the White House has become very skeptical about this deal. And I hate it when the Jerusalem Post refreshes itself. The White House says such a move is not expected in the coming days. But then they say that they're hoping to get it started in a couple days. It's like, what? So they're hoping to get this ceasefire talk going again next week. But Hamas is now demanding the release of 100 more prisoners, in addition to the 150 prisoners that the parties have already agreed on. And I forget the numbers, and it's hard to find. But part of the package deal was that Israel is going to release X amount of Palestinian prisoners in Israeli prisons who have killed and hurt and murdered whatever Jews for a live hostage. And I think the last I saw was that they were wanting something crazy like for every one alive hostage that Gaza and Hamas is keeping hostage, Israel would have to release 30 Palestinian prisoners that are serving life sentence. So that's not a good deal, 30 for one. But they kind of have, if it'll be amazing to see how many hostages are even still alive, honestly. And even these 6 that were taken out last week, 4 or 5 of the 6 that were taken out and not to lunch by Hamas were supposed to be, they were in the package deal for this hostage exchange release package. So, guys, I could keep talking. There's so much I could just, but let's go see what you guys are yapping about, because you know me, I want to see what you guys are talking about because you guys are so much fun. It's a ridiculous deal, 100% share, 100%. Whoa, let's turn you off. You're over here talking like a crazy man. Bema Seed Academy, great to see you. Yeah, you heard talk about a tsunami on the East Coast. Yeah, there was something that popped up today on Newsbreak even. A friend sent me about a 650-foot mega tsunami from Greenland or something. But come to find out, that was from a rock slide or a landslide, I guess, back in 2003, I believe. Bema Seed Academy, it's great to see you guys. Pray. Some of you guys have seen Mergie in here. And Bema Seed Academy, she texted me earlier, and we were chatting there, texting. But I guess that, what's the name of that fire? BP&E, great to see you. She told me, and I had to look it up. It's and it's not the San Diego fire. It's the Lake Elsinore fire out there, San Diego area, I guess. Some of you guys have kept up with that. Mergie, okay, airport. Yeah, isn't that crazy? They call it airport fire, and it's not even near the San Diego airport. Wow. I mean, that fire is nuts. The line fire, is that what they call it? The green laser? Okay, yeah, that fire is absolutely nuts. The way it's coming in and taking over. I mean, here's just one picture from yesterday. Whoops. I mean, that fire is absolutely nuts. And the last I saw a little bit ago was, Lake Elsinore of the airport fire. Why did they call it the airport fire when it's not even But that thing is absolutely nuts. And I haven't been keeping up with the California fires because it seems like it's been kind of, overall, it's not been too crazy town. Okay, so it ignited at so an airstrip. Wow, Orange County, San Bernardino County. Gerard says car fire 2018. Kaylин's talking about. No, it's great to see you, BPE. Radio flyer airstrip. Okay. Yeah, that thing is absolutely nuts. Watchman, Valley Watchman Zealot for Christ. Fires in the Amazon forest is crazy too. AB, great to see you. You guys here in Indiana, it's really dry, but I know it's nothing like, what is it? I saw Southeast Ohio, and there's a lot of places too that have got some nasty droughts going on. The DNR fire map, the burning and history of fire all over the place. Yeah, it's truly nuts. Some of these pictures and some of these videos I've seen come out, but the last I saw was it's still like 0 or 5% contained. I mean, it's what, 20 some thousand. The green laser's mentioning too the earthquakes. Have you guys do you guys have like the earthquake apps and stuff like that? They have just been going off lately, and I have mine set up to like 5.0 and above, and that's when I'm getting the alerts. But the past couple days, these things have been, and even if you go over to the Dutch Sense's live stream sometimes and look at his map, even if you haven't looked at that thing in about a year, you'll just be amazed at how many new earthquakes are popping up and streaming off of that thing. It is absolutely nuts. And some of you guys have seen the cracks in the earth, I guess, that have been popping up. And then California area, Mark Collins, others, maybe he doesn't live right there, but some of those other areas where the full on, the land is moving. What's that place called? It's moving like a foot a week now. The whole land is moving. It's like it's crazy. It's crazy. Some of that, and they were showing these cracks in the earth in Mexico. They were showing them in Yemen. But a lot of these people are putting these up too and not telling you that they had, mass flooding the week before. So the water's just making these, cracks in the earth kind of a scenario. But that stuff it's really ramping up. LA's experiencing a lot of movement now. Yeah, I'm with you. It's the Portuguese Bay. Mark Collins is saying, Mark, next time, Bema Seed Academy. I talked to Doug Gotkin there at the Amio Life, and if they start censoring more and more, I'm probably gonna get with them to do like a sponsorship thing. But guys, for our health and stuff like that. But just talking with him to be able to help people, and I have the description in the link below. But Mark said he ordered some stuff, and Bema Seed Academy said she ordered some stuff. But yeah, I guess you use code BUBBA30, and you get 30% off your entire order. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, that stuff is amazing, and I used it when my dad was passing away, and it helped him with his quality of life and helped his healings and whatnot. And yeah. I need to cook dinner. Rapture Head, no, great to see you. I think my house guest buddy JP got home here a little bit ago, and we haven't had red meat in for so long. But he had a couple of ribeyes, and we thawed them out, and they were sitting in the fridge. So I think we're going to do that tonight. I haven't had red meat in so long, but it sounds kind of fun. Just, I don't know, doing some red meat and doing that. You're from Portugal. Okay. You may know something interesting I've seen. Okay. You know what? John P. Adventures, these tic-tac-toe sightings are getting more and more too. I just saw something pop across earlier. End Times Headlines had, shoulder. Yeah, Aldo. I had this shirt, I don't know, 5-7 years. I think I got it at Goodwill or something, but I like that, and I know they make good stuff, so I was like, what, for a couple bucks, I need something decent that actually look good. But yeah, Doug and his company, yeah, Brazilian, okay. Best red meat for you, John P. Adventures. You know what? And it's so cool to see you guys, Portugal, people in here from the UK, people from the West Coast. Um, West Texas, yeah, West Texas Danielle, she knows. Back in the day, during the cough, she got with Doug there at Amio Life. I never know how to call it. Amio Life, Amio Life. Oh, here I can Project Movie. Like, okay, Elsinore is actually Riverside. Oh, really? It's Riverside County. Okay, okay. Riverside County, is that a Orange County area or no? Is that a that's just a castor oil pack? You know what, Beavis Seed? I texted Doug today and I told him, dude, I need some of those probiotics because do you guys do probiotics, probiotics, that kind of stuff? But years ago when COVID was going around, I was that's when I found out about Amio Life and this and that, and they were called another company back then before the FDA got involved because of COVID, you know, this, that, the other, but they changed names. But it was just fascinating because I was researching stuff. Just remember when everyone was taking vitamins, they were doing the zinc, they were doing this, they're doing this, doing this. But I never realized that our stomach is actually our second brain, and our gut health is so important for our overall health. And that's what I was texting today. Like, man, I've got to get some of your probiotics, but it helps. I can tell that I do not have it. So Only Jesus Saves says, yes, I do the probiotics every day. Castor oil is good for the liver. Green laser, yeah. And, you know, when I gave my life back to the Lord and just gave up, you know, and some of you guys know, I used to have a problem with drinking. After losing my late wife in 2011 it was. Yeah. And then, you know, some people say they were born an alcoholic. I don't think I was born an alcoholic, but, you know, and some people say that you are, but okay. I know that my mom, through my grandpa, that I never met him because he passed away before I was born. But I know that, like, there's certain people that have a special, like, within them to want to have that or anywho. But you're talking about castor oil, and I remember back then because they were telling me that 1/3 of my liver was dead, and then 1/3 was fatty liver, and then 1/3 was damaged. And I guess the dead part of your liver will never come back to life. But the liver is one of the only organs, I guess, that can help regrow itself or reheal or something like that. So I guess the fatty liver is now damaged and the damaged part is now healthy. So, you know, and that's when I got into doing the broccoli sprouts and a dark leafy green salad every night with dinner. You know, just, you know, and maybe if anything, the whole COVID thing and everything just made us all just kind of look at, like, you know what, we need to have something else going on for our Ted Turner, sober 4 years. Nice, brother, man. Yeah, April 25th of 2021. You know, I was in intensive care in 2019 for alcohol abuse and didn't learn my lesson. And Mrs. Bubba upstairs called 911 April 25th, 2021. And yeah, I was in a medical detox for 6 days in intensive care. And they said if she hadn't called 911, my body was starting to shut down from the alcohol abuse. And, you know, and there's so many addictions still today out there. And, you know, a lot of people got into the addictions too with during COVID. You know, and man, but you know what? Only by the grace of God go I. Seriously, only by the grace of God go I. You know, and if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be here today. Because, yeah, I was drinking, equal to 42 shots a day or whatever a half gallon is worth or something. I was drinking the 1.75 liters of either vodka or bourbon or whatever every 18 hours. I mean, it was just something nuts. And, you know, I would drink to pass out. I would never fall asleep. And I would never wake up. I would come to. And there's a big difference between waking up and coming to. And there's a big difference from falling asleep and passing out. But it's so hard to come off of that. And some of you who have had addictions and whatnot, you've heard the people say, just stop. Just stop. But there's so many people, if you do stop and you've been drinking that much for so long, you can either have a heart attack, you can have a stroke. And, you have to wean yourself off of that because your body becomes dependent on it. And I remember in an intensive care, it had been like an hour or two since my last drink. And you know how the legal limit's 0.08? I was 0.51. So over 50% of my blood was alcohol. Only by the grace of God. Only by the grace of God. Because most people will go into blackouts and whatnot when they get to 0.35, 0.40. Only by the grace of God. Only by the grace of God, guys. And for those of you who are addicted to it still, I get it. I totally get it. Just know that I'm praying for you and you can do this, and it becomes a metanoia. It becomes a supernatural, through God and the Holy Spirit, a supernatural change of mind that leads you into a change of direction. But I totally get it. I totally get it. I totally get it. Totally get it. It's so poisonous, John P. Adventures. Dude, it is so poisonous. It's so poisonous. Yeah. God had to smack me. You know what, Cher, and I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. That God saved me from that, and I'm alive today to be able to talk to you guys, have this fellowship. Even so many people haven't been to church since COVID. Even Hebrews 10:25, forsake not the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but encourage one another, and so much the more as you see the day approaching. And this is why, if anything, maybe just to bring these live streams to you guys, and I'd love to get your input. And I always say this, I love input, because I feel like the guys that do surveys or something, I'd love to hear your input. But honestly, I'd love to be able to do this a couple times a week. I don't want to bore people, and that's my biggest, I just don't want to be boring, but I want to bring value, but bring encouragement, bring news, but help tie it back to Bible verses and Scripture. Because there's so many people right now that are, so many people have come back to the Lord. My liver panel. How is my liver panel? Actually, liver panel, Jason Schmidt, I looked it up. And I went to the doctor the first time a couple weeks ago, and they wanted me to come back, but I need to get the Obamacare or something. I don't know, get some kind of insurance so I can go back. But, oh man, it's so expensive just to do the self-pay. Oh, wow. Oh yeah, the medications and whatnot, but I know that my panels and stuff, good stuff, good stuff. I've been delivered of acting a fool. Holly Rich, I totally get it. Melissa Resnick is in the house. Hey, I want to say hi to some people now. I got people in here. Kimberly Ann, I love the green laser. Thank you. No, I don't want to be boring. I just tip your waitress on the way out. I want you guys to have fun. But if anything, just being a flight attendant, learning how to have fun with people. But what you see is what you get, because you guys saw me even at the beginning of this video, and you started off, I started off like this. So, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I'm doing something wrong because I want it to be sideways again so you guys can... Backwoods is in the house. How are you doing, brother, man? Cindy got a minute, team. How are you doing? Jackie Fox 333, great to see you. Melissa Resnick, I would love to get with you guys, man. It would be so much fun to be... Oh, man, who else is in here? Wounded Dove, sweetheart, I did, and I haven't... Wounded Dove, you sent me a message, and I have it up here. And I haven't, I haven't had a chance to dig into it and look at it yet. But I know you sent me something, and I saw it go by, and I want to get into it. Yes. Pamela, Bubba, did you see they issued handbooks to the police for UFOs? No way. Huh. You know what? I'm surprised they haven't ramped that up yet. More so. Dig Deeper Ministry. Howdy doody, brother, man. Diane Williams, how are you doing? Great to see you. Yeah, I haven't, tinctures. That's another good one, Allison Stolmiller. Yeah. Paula, we're great to see you. Oh, no. Yeah, you don't have to say anything. It's great to see you. Kimberly Ann, great to see you. Watchman Adam has a recovery something. I missed something. Has a recovery YouTube channel. Oh, no way. Oh, that's really cool. Sherry Nordest, how are you doing? Preparing for our departure. Amen. Holly Rich, UFO stories building to explain. You know what, Jason Schmidt, President Xi, that's a great question why I'm bald. My name is David. I know Mandarin. You know what, my late wife, when she had leukemia there, before she passed 5 months later, went bald, so I decided to shave it. And it's kind of the bald Bubba look. My dad was always bald. I still have stuff back. Wait, I gotta see. I still have stuff back here and over top, and I definitely don't want to get, the comb over thing. But it saves money on the. And I don't mean to be busy. My goodness. If you guys have questions, fire away. Shoot them at me. Aldo, you want to shave your head again, Aldo? Yeah. You can do it. Mom always said, man, bald is beautiful. So I've always held on to that. Wendy 2024, great to see you. And some of them timed out. Time out. But you know what? That makes sense too with the UFO story. Yeah, I saw something flip across even the UFO story there. End time headlines. I put that up, the Summit of the Future, but it talks about the governance too. And that's really going to start ramping up too. I don't even know who runs End Time headlines. Oh, that's Ricky, isn't it? Okay. Where did I see it just went across? There it is. Mysterious UFO crossing the sky over New York City sparks talk of aliens. So we've got that coming up. China launches 200 rockets to quell a heat wave, but they got a storm instead. There it is. The wildfires that are scorching Southern California hillsides. Russia says it could combine with China if they faced a threat. And I saw that earlier too, where Russia and China are warning the United States if the United States starts putting missiles in Japan. End time talk is Josh over there. I was thinking of End Times headlines. You are. So wounded doves down there, New Orleans area. She's not New Orleans, but she's down there in the south and getting the hurricane stuff coming in. India, China, and Russia plan to jointly build a massive nuclear power plant on the moon. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. The stuff going on over there in Bangladesh and whatnot, that is absolutely getting crazy too. So, you're waiting for the storm to hit too down there, the green laser? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, it's just hard to keep up. It truly is. It's hard to keep up with the news. It's hard to keep up with inflation. We just had... honestly, I feel blessed. I saw the gas prices here locally. Central Indiana dropped to $2.99 here the past couple days. Where it was, $3.39, $3.49. And that's always fun. If I say, what are your gas prices? People always put up their gas prices. It's fun to see people's gas prices, but just to see it under $3 again reminds me of politics, because we've got that coming up. Keto Mama, great to see you. Okay, you're $3.29 up north. Okay. Yeah, who else am I missing here? Backwoods, this is better than CNN and ABC News combined. Yeah, you had to watch, what was it, ABC News, I guess, for the debate. Do I think the two witnesses could show up and protect Israel? Jim Estrom asked. 304 in Ohio, Peacorn says. Protect them from what, though? That, I guess, would be my question. When would they show up is another question. Post-harpazo? That's what I believe. Pre-harpazo? Possible. I believe post-harpazo because I believe they'll be brought, they'll be brought back to life. Yeah. Fluctuating 299 and 340, 525 in California. Holy moly. Yeah, the green laser. Yeah, the gas price. Oh, that's another reason why I like to do this live streams with you guys. Because doing the DoorDash once the gas prices go nuts, yeah, that won't be any good. That won't be any good at all. Yeah, I'm with you, Yvonne. Yeah, in the tribulation. Yeah. Oh, you're in Oklahoma. Okay, 337. She's got out there. Joey Joe. What do you think? Who do I think is the Antichrist? You know what, Joey Jojo? Shabadoo, that's the $1 million question. People have wondered, and I'm always fascinated how people try to name the Antichrist as being an American. I've always wondered why they try. I mean, I get it. We've all done it. But I've always wondered, why do we always try to pick an American who we think the AC is? Personally, I don't think anybody's going to know. Because I still believe the AC is sealed in the 7 sealed scroll, in Revelation 5, and won't be known until after 5 verse 9 or 5 in that area, because 6:1, and I believe he's still sealed up in that 7 sealed scroll, and no one's going to know. And this could be someone even out of the woodwork that no one's even looking at currently. That's how crazy that could be. But, I know Allison Stolmiller loves to call that, Bidenomics. I like that backwards. But I know, oh, no way, 247 of West Texas Panhandle. Yeah, Allison Stolmiller likes to call him, Mr. Big Mouth. That's what Chuck Missler calls him, the Antichrist, Mr. Big Mouth. So that'll be crazy town. Same in Norman, Jennifer says. The Saudi Prince, Sherry, you know what, he's one I looked at too, especially with the Neom and the whole thing he has going down there. But the whole thing with in Isaiah, and then Micah 5, 5 and 6, the Assyrian, so that's always stuck out at me too. And who would that be? Who could that be? That kind of a scenario. Little Big Mouth. Yeah, Big Mouth, little man. I won't keep you guys forever. It's 7:30 now. I've been going hour 22. Do you guys have questions? Yeah, I'm with you, Sir Percival, the Assyrian. You know what? And I'm going to read that real quick. Why not? I'm going to ask, if you guys have questions, pop it up. Cindy got a minute, team. Great to see you. Do you think he knows yet? Do you think the Antichrist knows he's the Antichrist just yet? That's a great question, Cindy. I don't think so. I don't think he'll know, and I don't think, because, Satan's always had his man in the works ever since Jesus, because, he doesn't know when. Yeah, I know, Kimberly Ann, we're going to make those ribeyes. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to read Micah 5, 5 and 6. And I'm going to, I know I have it in, I'm going to keep it in the NASB because it's kind of fun. But I have the words highlighted too, which is really interesting. I'm going to read it from the NASB 95. This one will be our peace when the Assyrian invades our land, when he tramples on our citadels. Then we will raise against him 7 shepherds and 8 leaders of men. And I'll have to dig into this more too, but back in the day when I was digging into that, the 7 shepherds and 8 leaders of men reminded me of the 7 plus 1 after the 10 plus 1. They will shepherd the land of Assyria with the sword, the land of Nimrod at its entrances, and the Antichrist will be Nimrod 2.0, and he will deliver us from the Assyrian when he attacks our land and when he tramples our territory. So, I mean, do I think he knows who he's the AC yet? I personally don't, but he might. And Satan's going to present him with a bill of goods and say, you can have this all if you serve me and follow me, and I'll set up this kingdom and this and for you and this and that. And this guy will be like, where can I sign? I'll take it. I mean, it's going to be Nutty Professor. Oh, okay, Allison says Ken Johnson has a great study on that. Yeah. Any questions? I don't want to keep you guys. Yeah, he probably thinks he's a good guy. I'm with you, Rebecca H. Yeah. I'm with you, Share, Saved by Grace, the Nephilim here, and even, what was that, Genesis 6, verse 4, giants in the land, the Nephilim were there, and also afterwards. So we know that, like Genesis 3:15, I'll put enmity between thy seed and her seed, basically between your seed and her seed, which is kind of ironic because a woman doesn't have seed, which is another really neat idiom. But, and thou shalt bruise his head, and thou shalt bruise his heel, head and heel. Yeah, anyway, I messed that one up. Oh, Jackie Fox, you don't have to watch in the beginning. Oh, man. At least, you know what? And I did. It started sideways again, but now we're back up, top and down. Possessions. Do I think Satan knows the time of the rapture? That's a great question, Dorothy Adams. And you know what? And I think that's another reason why I don't think Satan knows. I don't think Satan knows the exact time. No. Because that's going to be his, starting gun. Boom. Okay, now I know we've finally gotten rid of this restraining here on Earth. I can now do what I have planned. We can now get this ball game running. But, Satan reads the Bible. These demons, they've had 6,000 years of, almost 6,000 years of, they haven't had 6,000 years of Bible, but you know what I mean. They've been here 6,000 plus years, and they know, these demons, they know every single language on Earth. They know they know technology that they still haven't shown humanity yet. They know where every treasure is buried on the planet. And, even them being able to show signs and wonders and miracles. And, the restraining is keeping that back. But when that restraining force within us is removed, the containers are taken out of the way, that restraint is going to be gone. And just these miracles and signs and wonders that they're going to be able to perform are going to get people to go, whoa, wow. And, oh, man. Man. He's going to know soon enough. Yeah, he knows his demise is shoot, how close are we to the end? Joey Joe says, what is that? Hebrews 1, verse 1 and 2. We've been in the end times since Hebrews. The last days. Let's pop that up here. Hebrews 1. Yeah, God, after he spoke long ago to the fathers and the prophets in many portions and in many ways, and I do like how the KJV says that, in diverse manners, spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets, in these last days. So we've been in the last days for 2,000 years, basically. And, it's the 2 Peter 3 and 4, where's the promise of his coming? Ever since our fathers have been here, you wacko Christians are saying that Jesus is coming. He still hasn't come. Everything is still going as it is. Nothing has changed. Everything's the same. Yeah. Pat Evans says they already found the ark. You know what? And that's an interesting thing, too. Whether or not that ark is actually that rock, that became the wood that became fossilized kind of a scenario. That's a fascinating thing. Yeah, yeah, I'm with you, the Great Laser. It can be any day now, Joey Jojo. Yeah, 100%. I was even thinking something crazy too, if the Feast of Trumpets is, and you guys will have to look at it. You don't have to look it up, but if the new moon, the sliver, Feast of Trumpets, whatever's coming up, I'm not saying it is because I haven't done my research. September 15th. I got to thinking September 15th. Okay, it's 24. Anyway, Asset Ministries. Ron Wyatt. Okay, so they said that he found the Ark of the Covenant. The Stephanie, it's great to see you. Guys, Stephanie has the best jokes. Yeah, she had 3.5 years with the Bidenomics. I know. I'm not saying Trump would be our savior either. I'm with you, Backwoods. Yeah. And it's almost as if both are like stinky turds if you look at them from like the bigger picture. It's just one is less stinky. I mean, it's almost like both are, and I know they both promise their whatever to get to whatever, but it's like they're both going to come to the same destination is what it feels like. Okay, I'm EL Life LLC Care. Keep clinging to his garment. Amen, Kimberly Ann. Do you guys have any questions? I don't want to keep you guys. I've been going hour 30. Oh my gosh, guys, these live streams, they go by so fast. It's so much fun though. I truly enjoy them. I enjoy the interaction and the talking because I feel like I'm having a Cindy got him in a team. Yeah, the sticky turds. Thing I have on Ron Wyatt's arc. If you look at a photo, where's the gold on it? The rest adds up. You know what? And well, and although that's another thing too. Like even Chuck Missler was mentioning, like he doesn't believe like, and you know, even if they have the actual Ark of the Covenant, I don't know if that wood could still be here. But the thing that they really want is the gold. They want the mercy seat. And I have a feeling that a lot of this stuff from the temple, 70 AD and upwards towards then, knowing the prophecies that were coming up, I think a lot of that stuff was moved to either Ethiopia or Egypt. And it kind of reminds me of like there in Daniel 11, 30 verses 36 down, where the king of the north will go into Egypt to get the gold. And I don't know, something I want to dig into sometime, but soon on Dad's porch. Amen. Share, say my grace. Jennifer Highland, there are angels guarding it. You know what? I wouldn't doubt that either. Shoot. That's another fun study, angelology and how we're not supposed to worship them and whatnot, but it's really neat. Oh, you know what? It could be, A. Martin, you know, and even that verse, what is it, Daniel 2:43, where the iron tries to mix in. I mean, that's almost, you know, even reading that, it could be almost like a hybridization of a DNA, almost of an AC kind of a scenario, too. It's just something to dig into. It's something kind of interesting. Stephanie, ask your question, because Stephanie has... She always puts up good questions and things to stump the guys there at Wretched Watchman, Zach. A lot of fun. Transhumanism, Diane Williams. Yeah. That you know what, Pat Evans, and it could be that too. The iron, you know, and even that where the Antichrist and he worships a god his forefathers knew not, and a god of forces or a god of fortresses. And digging into that, into the Hebrew, it's almost like he honors this god of AI that his forefathers would not have known about. In other words, he's worshiping a god that Islam didn't know about. He's worshiping a god that the Jews didn't know about. He's worshiping something else almost. And that's, yeah. Mindy Grant, great to see you. You're listening too. Great to see you. Shula, oh no way. How are you doing? Shulamite, it's great to see you. Wow, I haven't seen you in a hot minute. It is great to see you. Guys, it feels like a family reunion. It's like when my dad went to glory. He passed away on, what was that, April 26th of this year when he graduated to glory. It felt like seeing all these people I haven't seen in 5, 10, 20 years. It almost felt like a family reunion in a weird way. And that's what people have said, like, weddings and funerals are kind of like family reunions where you won't see people that you haven't seen in 100 years. Here, let me jump over here. I'm going to do this because some of you guys have seen it. Some of you haven't. I'm going to pop up my dad here. I don't even know. Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't need to show that. But some people say I look a lot like my dad. And when you see him, you'll be like, yeah, you do. You look like your dad. And I guess I kind of do see it. Some of you guys have seen the pictures. Here's an old school one. This is when I got to... Oh, there's a new red alert there on the northern border with Hezbollah. That's my dad and me. And I guess in some ways I do look like my dad. But this was, yeah, my dad was a Vietnam veteran, and I got a chance to take him to a DC for the honor flight. And I think I wore that shirt on one of these live streams a couple of streams back, but I got to be his chaperone. And that was a lot of fun because we got to go to the World War II, the Korean War, the Vietnam War. That was, okay, yeah, definitely, okay. Yeah. That was him way back in, where was he? He was at, I think he was down there at Fort Bliss or whatnot. Down in, Fort Bliss. Yeah. Okay, here's Stephanie's question. Let's see what she has here. Yeah, I will see him, Annie. Annie Matashenko, it's great to see you. I know I'm gonna meet him in the air. I'm gonna see him in the clouds. You can pick your friends and you can pick your nose, but can you pick your friend's nose? I guess if you know your friend. Maybe if you know your friend. Hey, Martin, Texas, you're okay. Oh, nice to meet you, Art. Yeah. Is that you down there in Fort Bliss, boy? Yeah. And Dad was a riot when we came back because they had these gals that dressed up like World War II. Yeah. So they gave Dad a kiss. Yeah, this was years ago. And here's a final one I'll show of my dad, but I thought this one was so cool when he was standing over that like reflecting pond. And so yeah, those are some of the memories. But yeah, my dad went to glory April 26th, and I miss my dad. I miss my dad a lot. And I wish, and I've mentioned this to you guys before, but I it's like as my dad started going downhill in his health, and it all went downhill once he broke his hip and he became bedridden and stuff. But it's like as he was going downhill and through the COVID and through everything else, that's when God started putting it into me to dig into the word more. So it's like as my dad was going downhill, I was like growing. And in the final couple weeks, I remember even just talking Bible prophecy with my mom, and my dad, he couldn't say anything, but his eyes were just getting so big and he was listening, and you could tell he wanted to get words out, and he wanted to, and I know that's, I wish, and someday I'll be able to get with him and discuss all this stuff, but by then it will be a glory. But let me see, what else did you send me here? Grief always drives me to my, I know, Shulamite, I know. Do I think the Hebrew roots movement is the Jews who say they are Jews but are not? The Hebrew roots movement. I'll have to dig into that. And isn't that, I know it's like Revelation, what is it, 2939, somewhere in there. That's an interesting one, but even those kind of studies, it's a great question too. I know, Cher, not being able to, Marjorie, great to see you. And Stephanie, that one's an interesting thing too, because it ties into the 10 days of tribulation, and being in prison, because that was specific. What was it, Smyrna or one of them? Anyway, but either the Idumeans or whatnot there too, with the because a lot of them were say that they were Jews just so they wouldn't be persecuted or killed in the early church and whatnot. But yeah, that's another great one. Oh, that's a great question right there. Let's and everyone has opinions, but I don't want to have opinions. I want to try to give whatever I can about. Oh, he was timed out. Oh no, what happened? Question: is there anything other? What religion is the right one? You know what, Joey? You know what, and that's another. And that's another great question, Joey, because Jesus hated religion. Jesus absolutely hated religion. Absolutely hated religion. He couldn't stand it. Because religion's man's rules, not God's. Religion is man's trying to work to get to God. Religion is man's works. Look what I did, or look what, there's only one way to Jesus Christ, and there's only one way to God the Father, and that's through his son, Jesus Christ. And Satan's biggest deception is working behind the collar or behind the pulpit, because he holds up signs. Heaven is this way. Heaven is this way. Heaven is this way. He wants you to go through the door to the wrong Jesus. Then there's only one way to the Father, and that's through the Lord Jesus Christ. Is there anything other than our uncreated God? It's a great question, good night. Was there always a heaven? Was there no beginning of the existence of everything? And our minds can't even comprehend that, because God is forever, always been here, always will be here, and our minds can't comprehend that, because we know of four things, four dimensions, length, width, height, time. We only know those four dimensions, and I think they say there's 10, at least 10 that they have figured out and know of. So and that's the whole thing with God too, is just he's outside of what we consider time. When he says it, the heavens will be rolled up like a scroll. I mean, it makes us understand, like, everything that we look at just amazement, God's like, and your point is, it's like that verse in Genesis 1. Okay, you guys know about the stars. Everybody loves stars. Everybody likes stars, stars. Genesis 1:16. God made the two great lights, the greater light to govern the day, and the lesser light to govern the night. He made the stars also. That's all the stars get. In other words, God's like, I made the sun, I made the moon, yeah, and I made the stars too. Yeah. What? That just tells you how mind-blowing. Laura K., it's great to see you. Sherry, people are laughing, and I missed. But a lot of these people too, and even and don't time the people out if they have questions per se. If they're troublemakers, I get it. But there's a lot of people that ask questions to divide. But then there's a lot of people that ask questions because they're literally trying to put the pieces together, if that makes sense. They're trying to understand. It's like even Bible prophecy. I was telling that to Mark Collins. I don't know if he's still in here or not. Chad Corolla, great to see you, brother, man. But people, and the Bible prophecy isn't easy to understand. And a lot of people are just trying to understand. They're trying to put the puzzle pieces together so that they can kind of get a timeline, kind of get a grasp on where things are in the time that we're in, how close we are, how far we are, that kind of stuff. And to be honest, I'm surprised we're still here. Honestly, I thought we'd be gone by now. But then, and I've said this too, but it feels like even the stuff moving forward with the Middle East, because Israel and Jerusalem is God's timepiece. It's the center of the world. And it almost feels like it's stopped in a weird way. Oh, no. Only Jesus saves. You're good. Yeah. I just don't know how to untime out somebody. I don't know how to undo it, I guess, is my point. But yeah, some people, they're honestly asking questions. And Joey Jojo, if you're still here, thank you for being here, because I think he was just trying to ask questions and whatnot and not trying to stir the pot. But it's hard. It's hard because there's a lot of trolls out there, and we see them. We see them in other live streams. You guys have been to the live streams too, where you can feel the tension building, and it's like each live stream, like the dynamics here tonight, will be in never ever any other live stream ever again, because each live stream has its own dynamics and energy and frequencies, or whatever you want to call it, like dynamics than any others. And you could have the same person doing live streams every single day for the rest of their life, and each one will be totally different. So oh no, maybe he is stirring up the pot. I don't know. Oh, I don't know, but I think I don't know. But I'm with you, Aldo. Some people do have honest questions. Yeah, and I'm with you, Rick Whitaker. I find Bible prophecy to be fascinating and very interesting, and I started diving into Bible prophecy back. Mark Collins, he just announced He just said if we announce a live stream for next week, if you can. Actually, Mark, you know what? I'd love to do a live stream this Saturday. If you guys are good with that, I'd love to do it. Jason Noe, great to see you. No, I'd love to do a live stream Saturday because I have a feeling there could be some more decent news coming up, even for this weekend. You cannot untime out people, says Aldo. Okay, so you can't, but you can unban. Beware, don't ban unless you have to. Timeout is prefer. Okay, so you cannot untime out someone, but you can unban someone. Okay. Okay, see, those are things I'm still learning. Cindy got a minute. Thank you for being here. No, you guys are great. It's making me understand. Jennifer Highland, great to see you. Yeah, the stars are fully phenomenal. Dawn Riverstone, it's so great to see you. Oh, Jason in the building. Yeah, Backwoods. Yeah, Backwoods is awesome. He lives up in Pacific Northwest where I used to. TH2, great to see you, brother, man. Thank you, BP&E. James 127 says that pure and undefiled religion is helping the widows and orphans. Pure and undefiled. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Chad Kroll. Let's do another Saturday. Yeah, Only Jesus Saves. Yeah, Saturday night at 8 p.m. Grace NYC. Let's do. It'll probably be 7 or 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm thinking maybe. And I enjoy doing it outside, but now it's 7:53 and it's starting to get darker. Remember last time when it was getting so dark? Because now it's getting darker earlier at night and stuff. Yeah, come on over, so 1971. Get together at Mr. and Mrs. Bubba's house. Come on over. Question, Bubba. Surely the time is to fly soon. All the things are converging thick and fast. I know, Annie. And it's almost like I truly believe that the rapture of the Harpazo is going to happen when no one is thinking about it. No one on the planet is actually looking up at that moment in time. It's just conjecture, but I've had this belief even for years, just believing like a full-on surprise. And we're all watching and waiting, but not everyone on the planet is going to be like, Lord, are you coming today? You know what I mean? That's when I think Jesus will probably come back, and there'll probably be something big worldwide news scenario that will give everyone's focus off, the imminent return of Jesus Christ. So I shoot. Yeah. Dora Termere, great to see you. Let me see here. Staff, no, it's great to see you, and I enjoy the fellowship with you guys. You guys are blessing me. Honestly, I think I get more out of this than you guys do sometimes, because I'm shy, but at the same time, I'm a people person, and what you see is what you get. Because some of you guys have been with me a couple weeks ago, and it started raining, and I had to run inside of my garage. Like this live stream where it started sideways and the one before. It is what it is, but yeah, it'll happen when we least expect it. What I do for Lee and Greg is give a warning, then 10 minutes for minor issues, then 30 minutes, and if persistent, do a day, 86,400 seconds. The sound of the shofar will shake the entire world. You know what, Melissa? That would be outstanding. I know it, Marjorie. I know. And I've had a dream that it's a Sunday night into Monday, and it's just conjecture, but that's my dream. So, Cindy got a minute. It's what you see is what you get. No, I get excited from you guys, and I know I don't seem shy on camera, Sherry Charles, but honestly, pushing that go live button is the hardest thing for me to do, and just getting it set up, because and I'm so bad about planning these out in advance so you guys can be like, oh, cool, Bubba's going live tomorrow, cool, notify me, or whatever. Because of these 2 teenage daughters, and then my guest house, or my guest stayed here and whatnot. It's just life, but I'd like to have a set schedule somehow if I could. And you know what? It's Wednesday night, so people will be doing church tonight. People will be going to live streams here, 8 o'clock Eastern. Live streams are starting up, 9 o'clock Eastern. I don't even know who's going on tonight. We got Kurt Reed, we got a bunch of people, we got this, that, the other. I'm just going to check real quick. Andy Woods is live right now. Craig DeHunter, he did something, I don't know. Anyway, God Soldiers Watchman, he's live right now. It's getting hard to find good channels to watch anymore, and I know you guys know that too. Let me see here. I'm just scrolling down. Okay, the future of the Remnant Church, end time headlines. He's coming up at 8 p.m. Eastern. Radar Apologetics, 8:30. Dabu Sevens going live at 9. You've got the Wednesday night Bible study at Rock Harbor Church, Bakersfield. Billy Crone, we can talk about chicken. Going Intelligent Design at 9:30 Eastern. Soothkeep. Oh, nice. We got Lee Brainerd. One taken, the other left. Rapture or the Second Coming. And if you're unfamiliar with that, that'll be a good one. He's at 9:30 Eastern. Now, Wages World is going live at 9:50. Kurt Reed's going live tonight at 9:55 Eastern. So I mean, all these people are coming up. The Bushcraft family. Okay, no, I didn't see him on my thingy. I didn't see Bushcraft. Okay, no, I believe it. I believe he's coming up too. Yeah, I just didn't see him when I was scrolling through. I was on Bushcraft the other night, just saying hi and stuff. That was a lot of fun. Let's see here. Wednesdays are spectacular for jumping into the stream. You know what, Jason Nowick? I hope I said that right. You know, and when I look at, some of you guys are creators as well, YouTube, but like it shows my analytics for Wednesday night at 6 p.m. or kind of but I'm like, you know what? I'm doing it. Let's do it. So the time was right, and it was time to get it going, and let's do it. So here we are. Here, let's get some shout outs, and then we'll finish this up because people want to get going. Be Charming, it's great to see you. I need to add Bubba and Sally to the Discord. Aldo, that'd be great. I haven't been on the Discord for a hot minute. Yeah, I need to. Asset Ministries, Pineapple Chicken. Oh, no. Yes, Diane Williams down there, Winchester, Kentucky. That's outside of Lexington, if I remember, because I was looking it up. I'm like, how far is that from me? Laura K., it's great to see you. Is live now? Okay, Following Christ is. BP&E Sally, it's great to see you. TH2, Andy Matashenko. Yeah, he's coming back. He's doing what, Saturday or Sunday mornings? Barry Scarborough, I think, there. He kind of has that kind of laid back, kind of like, I like him. Grace in NYC, it's so great to see you. Pamela. Go Bear. Yeah, not the pineapple chicken. Stephanie's going to do lima beans. Share Saved by Grace, it's so good to see you. Jason Schmidt, buddy, it's great to see you. Oh, Sherry Charles, thank you so much for being. Chris Pyatt, how are you doing? It's so great to see you. Amen, Art. A. Martin, Texas. I hope I said that right. Shout out to Jesus. He is our only hope, yeah. Do I watch Jack Hibbs? Yeah, Jonathan Pennington. I still like him. A lot of people have kind of moved away from him, but I like him. But a lot of the pastors, it seems like ever since Trump had the go by his ear, that's when it seemed like a lot of preachers and whatnot quit talking about the soon return of Jesus, and they all switched to like politics. Oh no, it says reconnecting. Oh well, I hope I'm still on. But anyway, if I am, great. If not, no worries. We'll just end it now. But it seems like they all went to. Look, it glitched. That was weird. That just glitched, guys. Dawn Riverstone, yeah, I'll text you. We'll chat. And guys, reach out to me. I have my Google my phone number down, and I have a Google Voice number set up, 317-300-HOST 4678. But I was gonna have host as like a call-in show once, and this is back like 2019, 2020, 2018, somewhere in there. And I think I got it because I was thinking like doing like a Marfugal or something back in the day, or like to call in, but I still may do that sometime. But that'd be kind of fun. And honestly, I'd love to do videos with other creators. I have no problem with that, especially if we're sharpening iron and doing that kind of stuff. I'd love to. Kurt Reed would be fun. Zach at Wretched Watchman would be great. Billy Crone would be outstanding. Shoot, JB Hickson. I can't believe Richard Watchman has him coming up on Saturday night. That'll be really fun. Tyler there, Generation 2434. And I'm spacing it from Got a Minute. White. Forgive me, Cindy. What's it? I always think Canadian hockey, dude. Aaron. Sorry, there it is. Sorry. Oh, man. He actually, yeah. Sona. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing, Stephanie. It's like they've been sucked into the political spectrum. I'm like, wait a minute, are you giving up on the blessed hope? You're going for the political hope? I'm like, what? But anyway, Sherry, thank you guys for being here. Chad Kroll, Aldo Schmiedak, Chooch would be great, Jason. That would be killer too. He just seems so kind of relaxed and down to earth and uh, work out, not for. Yeah, the green laser. I don't know who we're talking about, but oh yeah. A Martin TX down below. Yeah. I've got the in the description box. I've got my contact stuff and whatnot. So yeah, it's down there. No, you're good, Cindy. Got him in Romans, and I don't know. That's not Paul. Haha. And James was written before the Council of Jerusalem, before Paul's Gospels. You didn't know that. I don't know what's going on. Well, no, it's great to see you, Laura Kay. But yeah, we will. Let's just get on out of here. But yeah, I don't know who's talking Romans, but yeah, keep going. I gotta go. Rachel Smith, I will keep you guys in prayers. I ask for you guys' prayers as well. Just know where the Lord wants me to go with this, and how I can be a blessing to you guys somehow. And that's all I want to do. I want to finish strong for the Lord Jesus Christ in these final days. I want to bring encouragement, hope, maybe some news, Bible prophecy stuff that's going on. And because the verses are literally lining up to today's headlines. And we're using the Bible as our reader glasses to see what's going on. And it's all around us. And it's 1:03 a.m. there. Annie, thank you guys all so much. And for those with the super chats and those who have donated, again, thank you so much. You guys have been helping to bless me and blowing me away. And I just want to say thank you. And you know, before too long, you guys know me. You guys that have been around long enough know that I tear up, and because I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy to be here. I'm not even worthy to be talking to you guys. I'm just a hillbilly from Indiana who loves the Lord Jesus Christ, and who just wants to do His will and just serve Him the best I can. And I'm not perfect. None of us are, but you know, I've got many faults, but I'm being sanctified, and one day soon we'll be glorified. And if you're a believer in the Lord Jesus Christ and have placed your faith and trust in Him and have given everything to Him, you will as well. And thank you for being here. Thank you, Aldo. Thank you. Let's give the shout outs. Annie Matashenko, Jamie Chadwick. Thank you. The Green Laser, Melissa Resnick. I have a big place in my heart for you, with your heritage and whatnot. I love the people. And I've always wanted to go so bad to Israel. So bad. But I know I will be going one day on a white horse. What is that? Revelation 19:14, I believe it is. 19:14, I believe it is. Yeah, we'll be following Jesus on white horses. And shout out to the mods. Yeah, Aldo. Yeah, shout out to the 300 moderators. You're a hillbilly from Massachusetts, Laura Kay. You know what? I'm from Indiana, and I'm probably not even, it's legal to be called a hillbilly here, but I am. And you know, as a flight attendant too, and one of my roommates out when I was based in Hawaii, it was me and a couple other flight attendants, and we made such little money back then. You know, my first year of being a flight attendant, we made like 12 grand a year, literally. And yeah, you could fly free, but once you got there, you had no money. So like we would have to share like apartments and stuff, and like crash pads is what we called them. And we would all live elsewhere but there, but we would all come there, and because it was cheaper to have a crash pad and split the rent of an apartment or a house or something like that than it was to get a hotel each and every time. So, but yeah, this gal, I forget her name, but I'd always walk around in my t-shirt and boxer shorts. And she's like, we've got to give you a nickname. We're going to start calling you Bubba. So ever since then, I've told everybody my name is Bubba. And it kind of helped me in a weird way, because I flew as a flight attendant for 14, almost 15 years. I flew with all women and guys who thought they were women. So when I told people my name was Bubba, all the gay guys left me alone, which was fine. But I became friends with a lot of them because, you know, you do your thing, I'll do mine. But they would call us breeders, I guess because we have kids. But it's just old weird airline humor jokes. Okay, just in the live stream, Bubba, and get out of here. But yeah, so that's where the Bubba thing got started, and they knew right off the bat I was straight, and they'd look at me, they're like, "Oh, you're one of those," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, you're one of those." So I mean, but I made lots of fun and friends with them. So let's get them out of here. All right, let's end it now. I don't know what all's going on in chat, but you guys have been a lot of fun. So thank you guys for being here, and God bless you guys, and we'll talk at you soon. Oh wow, I'm gonna end it right before 2 hours. 59, 55, 56, 57. Thank you guys for being here. Bye-bye. Let's do this. Okay, here. Can I hit the button? I don't know.